This is the Chainlink 1-year overview reading for the year of 2023. It's currently January 23rd, 2023, 10:46 p.m. Eastern Time. Chainlink at the time of this reading is $7.15. When we look at the 10-year 2023's sideways rotation, it also has a correlation to successfully turning resistance into new support, as well as a peak that we have a notable sell-off from. So my sense is that there's a trade opportunity right around now while we're in the midst of this 2023 sideways rotation. There should be a big move to turn resistance into support and a high here towards the end of the year at least. And then we have a sell-off from there. Significant trade opportunity based on that. And it would make sense here based on the theme card being the Princess of Cups, an opportunity and a decline to open up a long position on the scale of a multi-year chart. It's crossed with an important technical price level, something that's important on like a all-time kind of chart price level. Behavior around the highest high. There's a notable rally to move into the highest high. It also, that offers an opportunity to open up a short position if you can short link. I don't know if you can, but if you can, then that would be a good opportunity. And it looks like the low on the scale of a multi-year chart, the low offers a great opportunity to open up a long-term long position, at least for like maybe, for a year or so. We just need to make sure we pinpoint where the low is. So in January, we have a notable breakout and a prominent crest or peak for the year here. There's a good chance, it's pretty difficult to determine where the highest high is based on the information that I gathered from this reading, but my sense is that we may have a highest high here in January. Like two highs. We have like a high in early January and then a dip and a high in late January. Off of the low, there should be a notable move to the upside. And it looks like we sell on the cusp. We sell pretty significantly down through multiple support levels to a prominent low for the year, prominent trough or low for the year towards like the third week of February. Off of which there's a prominent move higher. We established support. There's a prominent move higher standing out on a on like a 1-year chart. And then that prominent move higher is followed by a prominent move back down to where the move higher started. So it makes like a triangular shape on a chart. And that brings us into March, where we have another prominent low or significant low for the year. Out of which we have a notable move higher and we successfully turn resistance into new support, at least momentarily. Another prominent high here in March, towards late March, looks like. Off of this prominent crest or peak here in late March, we have a decline to and through a support level. We do a U-shaped reversal below that support level, come back and reuse it as support. There's also several trade opportunities in February, which I'll get into in the paid version, which you can find if you have the upgraded, like the tier 2 subscription on our website, Tarot for Traders. You get access to all of the paid versions of everything. It's our like biggest, our most in-depth subscription. Anyhow, so off of the crest or peak that we have here, probably like the beginning of the third week or the end of the second week, probably the beginning of the third week, we have this decline off of a peak or crest down to and through. It will decline through a support level that we recently declined through once before, probably when we were declining into the early March low. U-shaped reversal there in March, and then we come back and we retest an important technical price level on the scale of like a 1-year chart at least, or excuse me, on the scale of a multi-year chart. We test an important resistance level here in early April. We failed to break through after a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meeting a second resistance, which is that important price level, and then we failed to break through, and we do a little bit of a dip back to between those two price levels. Notable decline out of early April into another significant low for the year. Excuse me. Like decline through multiple support levels into like probably the last week of April. And out of that, there's a fast sudden move higher, like on the cusp of April, May. There's a fast sudden move higher taking us into like an overbought crest in early May. And there's a notable drop off of that overbought crest in May, taking us to another prominent low. There's a lot of back and forth throughout this year. Taking us to another prominent low, probably the second week. So big decline into another prominent low in the second week, and then we do out of the prominent low. There's a full like a big move from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range. We see another prominent high towards this third or fourth week of May. Advised to be cautious there. Multiple false tops, multiple false bottoms. This is another location where we might have a highest high. I'm going to do another mark like that because it's just a sense, just a feeling. Maybe this could be where it is. Like I said, it's difficult to determine, but this is a big month. May is a really big month for Link. For whatever reason, there's a ton of stuff going on here. And my sense is here probably towards the end of the month, this may be a highest high. Sometimes we have that as the X or the double X. But in any case, I'm advised to be cautious and open up protection in probably the third week. If you can open up protection with Link. When that takes us into another prominent low on the like right on the cusp, or maybe in the first week of June. An important support level there, an important trade opportunity there, which I get into in the paid version. Out of that, there's a big move higher. We would expect to go lower, a lot of seemingly overwhelming headwinds, but we still move higher, possibly even breaking out through something. But there's that key technical price level, probably the same technical price level that we see here in early April-ish. We probably revisit it here. It may be a different one, but it could quite possibly be the same one here that we revisit, and maybe we break through it this time. There's probably two June months highs with like a sideways S formation. We go from a resistance to support to resistance back to support, and we see two prominent crests probably there in June. Towards the end of the month, there's three crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level, confirming a bullish trend. That bullish trend takes us into a near overbought crest or peak in early July, which we sell off from. This is the other location on the Bitcoin reading. This is one of the locations where we very likely have a lowest low for the year. So it could be, congruent with Bitcoin in that regard. But we sell from the crest in early July, near overbought crest. We sell off from that, notably on a or a year-to-date chart. Come to resistance and we rotate sideways along. Come to support and we rotate sideways along support. In equal amounts of bulls and bears, inflow and outflow. There may be some sort of important decision highlighted in July, impacting Link, an agreement between two leaders, maybe. And there's probably like a pop and drop there into the crest, and then out of the crest into most likely a lowest low in late July, lowest low for the year. There's an important resistance level highlighted there as well as a significant amount of trade opportunity here, which I'll get into in the paid version. We do sideways rotation along that low and that support level in July. We do that sideways rotation right into August. We rise a little bit, meet a resistance, creates a prominent peak or crest here in the end of August, and from there we decline pretty notably from a key technical price level down to a lowest low again, looks like in the second week of September. And that's after a notable peak is created in late August. And a significant trade opportunity. There's a big drop there after three pokes through the same price level. It looks like around the cusp of August, September, there's a sharp drop off of that poke. Significant trade opportunities. We revisit a support level at the month's high of September as well that we recently visited before. My sense is probably the support level that we had at the high near here in August, because it's also a key support level card. We revisit it here in September. We attempt to establish support. There's a big move to the upside in the third week of September, and we attempt to establish support in the end of September. There's a trade opportunity right on the cusp of September, October, or maybe in the first week of October at a support level, and then we decline pretty notably there into another prominent low for the year in early to mid October. Out of that prominent low, there's sideways fluctuating rally, takes us to a prominent crest or peak on the cusp of October, November, where there is a notable reversal after a breakout in early November. There's a notable reversal after a breakout to the upside, notable reversal, and a significant decline. We go from a prominent crest or peak in early November to a significant or prominent low or trough for the year in late November. In December, in December, there's some significant volatility and a decline along a diagonal trend line, increasing with momentum as we move forward. A big decline off of a peak or crest towards the end of the year, or towards the beginning of the month of December. A big decline off of that. Taking us to a low for the month, and the low for the month, it forms after a brief opportunity at a peak or crest that's easily missed. We decline through multiple support levels into a low for the month. Out of that low for the month, there's an unexpected move back to the upside. It looks like we do revisit an important technical price level on a multi-year chart in December as well. And then there's a solid foundation established in 2024 and or something very significant to do with government related here in 2024. Guys, stay tuned. We're going to get into the best trades that I see for the year in the paid version. If you are interested in the paid version, there's two ways to get it. You can email us on the website tarotfortraders.com and we discuss the cost. Or you can get it as part of the 2-tier subscription from our website. You'd also need to email us right now to get the subscription rolling, because we don't have a merchant account at the moment. But with that said, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow that rule of karma. 5% of the profits forward to somebody who needs it, doesn't expect it. 5% of the profits back to the channel. Help us continue to produce all this content and show your appreciation. And then 90%, make sure you spend that out of love. The universe will send it back to you tenfold in all directions, my friends. Later.